Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today I am going to be sharing with you my second free card kit for the month of November. So I am featuring the Cup of Christmas bundle. So this bundle includes the Cup of Christmas stamp set as well as the coordinating Cup of Cheer dies. So I'm so excited to share the card kit with you. Don't forget, you can earn this free card kit as a gift in the mail from me by simply placing a minimum $40 order in my online Stampin' Up store. That's $40 before tax and shipping. You can find a direct link to my online store just below the video in the video description. Make sure to get your order in between November the 21st and November the 30th, 2019. So the last day to qualify for this kit is November the 30th, 2019. I do have a host code that you can use when placing your orders with me. So I'll put that code on the screen. Just don't use that code if your order is going to be $150 or greater. You will still qualify to receive this card kit and you will earn Stampin' rewards, and I don't want you to lose those. So I'm excited to show you the kit, so let's jump right into the video. Let's get started. I'm going to walk you through putting your kit together, so let's jump in. So to complete my Cup of Christmas card kit, all you would really need if you want to complete the kit exactly as I have is the stamp set. So I have the Cup of Christmas stamp set. You don't need the dies. I'm going to have everything die cut for you. And the only ink that I'm using is Early Espresso and Poppy Parade. And I do have all of those supplies listed down below in the video description and over on today's blog post. So your kit will come with all of the consumable supplies that you need to create one of each of the projects included. There are also envelopes as well as a color PDF with all of the project measurements in the back. So in this kit, we are going to make 3 super cute cards. I love these cards. The designer paper just really warms them up, I feel like. I love it. So here are the 3 cards. Let's go ahead and get stamping. So this first card is definitely, I think, my favorite of the 3. So once we work through the kit, I'd love to know which card is your favorite. So I'm gonna start with the stamping. So I've got this piece of die cut piece of Whisper White, and then I've got my 2 cups. Got a piercing mat so that I can get a really nice impression when I stamp with my photopolymer stamps. I've got Poppy Parade ink, Early Espresso ink. I'm gonna stamp my sentiment first that says, "Sending you a cup of cheer." Ink that up really well because that Poppy Parade is almost out of ink. I need to order the re-inker for that one. Okay, looks good. Now I'm going to stamp both of these decorative cup images in the Early Espresso. And because this is photopolymer, you can see right through. And you can stamp your cup exactly where you want it. There we go, that looks good. Then my next cup, which is the polka dot cup, my favorite. Just put that there. Press and hold, but that's also why the piercing mat comes in handy. It just really helps you get a good impression. Okay, and there's that little polka dot cup. And then those little cups are definitely gonna need some time to dry depending on how inked up your Early Espresso is. Okay, so I've got a Poppy Parade card base. And remember, in the PDF that you will get with your kit, the measurements will be in there. Then I have got a piece of Early Espresso cardstock and then some of the Night Before Christmas 6x6 designer paper. And I've cut this piece down, obviously, but I love that designer paper and I loved this cute little pattern. I thought it was so cute with the little cups and cookies. Cute, cute, cute. So we'll just center this on. And then I'm going to add this to my card front. Then you've got a piece of Whisper White that I have die cut using the stitched rectangle dies. So I don't know if you can see that little stitching all around the edge, but I love those dies. Then we're just gonna add this die cut on with dimensionals. I'm filming this video very early, Saturday morning. And trying to hurry because I have a nail appointment in an hour. And then I have my Thanksgiving today. We do our Thanksgiving this Saturday before Thanksgiving, so I have got to hurry because I've got to drive out of town. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Then I'm going to take my little striped cup and I'm going to take this cute little Poppy Parade, wrong side, Poppy Parade candy cane. And I'm going to pop that maybe right there. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then I'll put my cup down right over that. Then my other cup, just put that one. Now I didn't overlap them on my last card. I might overlap it here. Let me see. I didn't overlap it on my sample. I think I will overlap it on here. I like how that looks. Okay, then let's add our sentiment onto this scalloped piece of crumb cake. Give it a press, dimensionals onto the back, and I'm going to keep the dimensionals on the left side of this scallop because the right side is going to hang over the stitched rectangle. So, oops, nope, don't do that yet. We've got this little piece of, this is the burlap ribbon. So we want to add this just right here. I'm gonna put this. So what I'm gonna do is just fold it back and put some snail adhesive where I want it. And then now I'm going to press it in. There we go. Now I can add this. Yeah, perfect. And those dimensionals are gonna also help keep that in place. Isn't this card so cute? And then I'm just gonna come in with my good sharp paper snips and give these ends just a little angle, just like that. And there you have card number 1 complete. It's so cute. This one is definitely my favorite. I love this card. Okay, so let's get started here on card number 2. So for card number 2, I'm gonna take this smaller Whisper White circle, and I'm gonna come in with my early espresso ink and stamp the sentiment which says comfort and joy. Now I could put my piercing mat under here. I just really wanted it for those cups. I think I'll be okay with my sentiment. Yep. So I'm gonna set this to the side. Then I have gone ahead and die cut for you one of the cups in early espresso, and then also this beautiful detailed poinsettia flower little die cut to go on top. So pretty. Now there may be some little bits still stuck in there, and you can use the tip of your scissors, your take your pick tool, your paper piercer, just something sharp to poke those little pieces out. Then to adhere this detailed piece to the top of my cup, I'm gonna bring in a silicone mat. This one's really well used, and I'm gonna flip that detailed die over. Then I've got one of our sponge daubers. I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue, not too much, just a little bit of liquid glue to this. So this one is only for liquid glue. So I put a little bit on there, and then I'm just going to dab it all over that little die cut. Now I can lift this up very carefully, flip it over and add it onto my cup. And there you can see that detailed die cut is perfectly adhered and there was no mess. Quick and easy to put it on. All right, so now we can start assembling the rest of the card. So I have got an old olive card base here. I'm just going to fold this over, give it a nice crease. Then I have got a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock, and then another piece of that Night Before Christmas designer series paper. So I'm just going to add that. Okay, just like that. Then I'm gonna flip this over and add just a little bit of adhesive to the lower portion. Actually, it doesn't really matter with this pattern, yeah. And then I've got some of this beautiful cherry cobbler striped ribbon. Now you could use either side. You can see this side is more of a very vanilla white look, or this side is more of the cherry cobbler. I'm gonna keep it this way with more of that cherry cobbler showing. And then I'm just going to wrap it around and stick it in that adhesive. Then I've added some snail adhesive to the back of this layer, and then I also went ahead and put some tear and tape over those pieces of ribbon just to help make sure that it really stays in place. And now I can add this onto my card front. Right about there, looks good. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this die cut Whisper White circle and add it to my scalloped crumb cake circle. And then I'll add my sentiment to its scalloped crumb cake layer. And then I will do dimensionals. Now for the dimensionals on the back of the sentiment, I want them to be off to the right and just a tiny bit of snail on the left. So let me add this one on. So I'm gonna put this circle right about there. And before I put on that little one, let me put some dimensionals behind my cup, and I'll go ahead and get my cup on. Put my cup right about here at an angle. Now I will put this on. We'll put this, yeah, right about there, looks good. And there you have it, that finishes up card number 2. All right, so last and final card, card number 3. So I'm going to start with this die cut piece of Whisper White. So this is one of our stitched nested dies. So again, it's got that beautiful stitching all around the edge. And I've also got some scratch paper because I'm gonna do just the tiniest little bit of stamping off here. I'm gonna bring in my little crumb cake cup, and I want to scoot this cup down as low as I think I can go. Okay, I think I'm gonna put it right about there. And then I'm gonna take this little greenery piece, and I'm gonna be stamping this in the Poppy Parade, but I'm going to stamp off twice and then stamp this just above that cup in the center. Okay, so right about there. Then for my sentiment, I've got the Sweet Christmas Wishes. I'm just going to ink that up in early espresso and stamp it right about here. I don't want to stamp too close to the top because I'm going to actually cut that top piece off. So now you've got this detailed layer that's going to go on top of the crumb cake cup. So you might have to pop these little pieces out, okay? And then I'm going to use the same technique, oops, let me flip it over, to add this onto my cup. Okay, and now I can just stick it down. There we go, love that. Okay, so now we can start putting together this card. So I have got an early espresso card base here. Give it a nice crease. Then I've got some more of that Night Before Christmas designer paper, and then a piece of crushed curry cardstock. I'll just add this on. Okay, so before I add this layer onto the front of my card, I've got some of this crushed curry crinkle ribbon. So I am just going to wrap this around the top portion of the card and tie this, oops, into a bow. And hopefully I can do it quickly here. It's always hard for me to tie bows when my nails have grown out. Oh, I got it. Okay, so I'll just make that a little smaller. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, great. So there's my little bow. I'll trim those ends down in just a minute. So then I'm going to take this little piece and I want to adhere this right about here, and then I'm going to chop off that top piece. So I'm just going to stick this on with dimensionals, and don't put your dimensionals too high at the top since we're going to cut that top piece off. Okay, so just going to add it on right about there, flip it over, and just give that a trim. And there we have that, and now we can add this onto our early espresso card front, just like that, cute. And then dimensionals on our cup. And then just line your cup up with that little piece we stamped. And there we go. All right, and that finishes up card number 3. Very cute. Okay, so there you have the 3 projects in my Cup of Christmas free card kit. I hope that you love this kit, you guys. Please leave me a comment below and let me know which one of the designs is your favorite. I think this one is my favorite. So I hope that you've enjoyed this kit. Remember, it is only available for all qualifying orders placed in my online Stampin' Up! Store between November the 21st through November the 30th, 2019. So all you have to do is place a minimum $40 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store. The link to my store is just below in the video description. Click that link, place your order for whatever you would like. You can also use the host code that I've got here on the screen when placing your order. Just don't use that code if your order is $150 or greater. You'll still receive the kit and you will qualify to earn Stampin' rewards. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope that you've enjoyed, and I'll be back soon with another tutorial. Have a great day. Bye-bye.